Welcome to the Higher Level Podcast. We usually don't do videos of this nature. This is going to be more of a discussion video. Typically we're doing the News Watch videos, which are more of just stories that are going on in the news. We've also done a couple of video essays. This is episode 1, and we're starting off with a story about Pewdiepie. Pewdiepie has been in the news lately quite a bit because of some shit that he did. Pewdiepie said some negative stuff about black people. Oh wait, no, that was last time. Oopsie doopsie. So Pewdiepie, he has given a shout out. Here's an article that The Verge did. I believe this is the one that kind of blew up. It was like almost a week ago now. Pewdiepie gives shout out to hateful anti-Semitic YouTube channel, ER. And we did the research. We looked the guy up. He's in fact super racist. He's not just anti-Semitic. He is he supports neo-Nazi conspiracy theories, and he also really hates black people. We got plenty of stuff to show you though, so don't worry. Just buckle on in. So Pewdiepie gave a shout out to this guy, and to be fair to Pewdiepie, it was a bunch of shout outs in the video. Here we have the video. Don't subscribe to Pewdiepie. Now, he has since re-uploaded it because the initial shout-out was, caught by The Verge, and he decided to take it out, which is probably for the best. But yeah, he gives a shout-out at the end of the video here to just a bunch of different channels, and a lot of them are cool. I mean, I don't know which ones are, which other ones might be anti-Semitic. This is one I kind of like, actually, that he shouted out.
I don't know.
8th Trip Visuals. This is like vaporwave music with anime. So the point is that Pewdiepie, he did shout out these terrible people, ER, and I guess like there's a few others. But he also shouted out like a bunch of people that were cool, and who knows if he picked all these channels himself. He might have just been like told about some of these channels by his friends, or asked some people like choose a channel or two. I don't know how the process worked for that, but let's just look at ER's channel.
Yeah, so Pewdiepie said that he liked this guy ER's Death Note review, which is the video we're gonna look at now, which some people have pointed out have like some fucked up stuff in it.
Contrasted with the original light, handsome, popular, with non-dyed hair, wore a uniform, and always clean-cut and presentable, this light is a dirty Michelin twink.
So there's the thing. Ooh, got that one right in there.
Contrasted with the original light, handsome, popular, with
This guy has a hard-on for Light, right? Like he's just like, Light was handsome, he was popular.
Light was perfect.
He didn't even have to try with the bitches. He was so good at it.
Hair, wore a uniform, and always clean-cut and presentable, this light is a dirty Michelin twink who surprised a girl would even give him a moment's notice.
Yeah, so they show the nose thing. This is a big, bad little scene. And then he, takes a scene from another movie of the dude getting knocked around because he, wants us all to imagine hurting this guy for being a Jew. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of fucked up. And then, there's other shit. It gets worse. As bad as that was, I mean, everybody's kind of glossing over the homophobia because the other term, the anti-Jewish slur, that one is what most of the media sources have been talking about, but it's also anti-homophobic, and this guy is not just that either. There's also a video that they took off of YouTube. Why'd they take it off YouTube, Katie?
So, this is funny because he said that he did this review that he said didn't have any hate speech in it, but it was flagged for hate speech.
You can see it right here.
And while he didn't technically say anything hateful, you're immediately...
Well, no, I mean, we don't know because we couldn't even watch the whole video. It's a 40-minute video.
Yeah,
holy shit.
But the first thing you see is blackface.
Look at this. The first thing you see is blackface. First off, that's the first thing. Wait, it's still bad.
How many niggers are in my dead nigger store?
So yeah, that's how he starts the video.
Here we have watermelon.
Here we have watermelon chicken fading in and out of shot.
And then our food stamps.
There you go. Nice. Right. Awesome.
Beautiful.
So this is the guy that PewDiePie shouted out. And maybe there's a reason PewDiePie shouldn't be shouting out these kinds of people, right? Maybe there's a specific instance in his own history where maybe he said something about Jewish people or maybe a specific instance in the past where he said something about, I don't know, black people that was kind of offensive.
Right.
So you guys probably have already seen this story. This is an old story, and you might say, oh, you guys are dredging up the past and shit like that, but here's the thing. You do this, which we're about to show you, which is, in our opinion, the most egregious thing. So let's just watch this.
Fucking insane. I was holding it so fucking straight.
So watch it. He's obviously pissed. Obviously mad. Has shit aim. No aim.
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then he's like, oh my god, what the fuck? He's like mad at this guy for making him say the N-word. Like, really, PewDiePie? That's not how it fucking works. You just said it, bro. So gross. So bad. But yeah, people really defend PewDiePie and say, like, he's a great guy. But come on, I mean, he screamed this shit. He is adored by millions of children. Millions of kids watch this guy every day. Millions of kids watch his videos constantly. He's the most popular YouTuber in the world. And he goes and he says some shit like this. Yeah. And then he has the audacity. This is why a reason we stopped watching him, actually, was he has the audacity to talk about it like, oh, it was a big deal. Like, oh, when PewDiePie says the bad word, he'll, like, joke about it. Like, saying the N-word isn't a big deal. Like, that's a pretty fucking big deal, dude.
Yeah, and it's not like a easy slip-up. That's not something that you slip up and say unless you say it a lot.
You gotta you gotta be saying that word to say it, like, just out of nowhere. Like, why that word? Like, he just was like, kangaroos. Like, that's not, you can't just think up a random word.
People like to be like, oh, he was angry playing a video game.
And there are even black people too, but you know what I say about those people? They don't really care about how the media affects black people, or they're not very educated about how the media affects people of color, because when you're talked about like that by huge stars, not only does it make you feel like shit and everybody who's black feel lesser for it, even if you deny that, it's psychologically, you're being called the N-word. That's going to psychologically affect you. Not only that, though, this is justification for all the people out there who really do believe this, that all the people out there who really feel that way about black people, who are going to go and see, oh, wow, PewDiePie, the biggest YouTuber, of course he knows how bad those N-words are. Of course he says it. Like, why wouldn't he? He lives over there in Sweden or wherever, and, like, they have no black people over there, but now all the Muslims are invading, like, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just going to give these people justification. It makes them feel vindicated. This is not what you want. You don't want to promote that, especially if you're the biggest YouTuber in the world, or maybe you do. I mean, he's since, I think, apologized for this. But, I mean, come on. He's literally promoting people who are still like that, who still believe things like this. He's still watching their content, and he's okay with promoting them. That's two issues. One, for me, is that he's even watching their content. Like, why would you even watch that? You know? Why would you even watch that shit? Like, why would you even watch that guy's videos? I understand his editing's good, and maybe he's funny, but at what cost? PewDiePie? Like, yeah, you like the video, but shouldn't you have, like, had the thought, well, wait a minute, this guy's kind of, like, fucking bad and a bad influence on kids. And then, you probably also know about another thing that happened with PewDiePie, where Disney cut ties to him, and it was because of this other thing he did. He paid these guys. He paid these guys to hold this sign up. Look at his reaction.
I'm sorry. I didn't think they would actually do it.
Look at this bullshit apology.
I feel partially responsible, but just I didn't think they would.
Yeah, he's laughing about it. Like, does this really look like the face of someone who thinks this is, like, a big deal, or is really apologetic, or really cares? No. Yeah. He doesn't care. He apologizes so that the media will get off his back, so that YouTube will get off his back, so that people bitching about it will get off his back. But he does this shit because he thinks it's hilarious. And I mean, maybe you can say, oh, well, we just have a dark sense of humor. We just, like, don't have a PC sense of humor like you guys. But no, this is fucked up. Millions of Jews were killed in the Holocaust, and it's not really fucking funny. Like, it's not funny at all. And if you think it's funny, like this asshole, then you're kind of a piece of shit, is what the honest reality of the situation is you're kind of a piece of shit, and PewDiePie's kind of a piece of shit. And I'm not saying he's not charming, and obviously fucking his blonde hair and blue eyes convinces you all that he's a good person. And I'm sure us being Hispanic and black, it's not as easy to see us in that light. And, you know, we're not as easy to like, but fucking, come on, you gotta look past all that. Honestly, that's the honest truth. PewDiePie is so popular because, you know, he is so white, so purebred, such a fucking, like, harmless seeming person. He's so unassuming that, you know, you can't help but like him. And we even talked about this,
he's
like...
kind of like a poster boy for YouTube.
Yeah, we kind of even talked about this, too. Like, we like PewDiePie. He's a very likable person, but just because you're likable doesn't mean you're a good person. So that was the whole PewDiePie thing. I mean, are we saying he's evil? Are we saying he's the worst person to ever exist? No, we're not saying anything like that. I'm not comparing the guy to Hitler or anything, but he has screamed the N-word. He has supported people who, you know, are neo-Nazis, who believe in neo-Nazi ideology. And maybe the media is not being, you know, so hard on PewDiePie.
Right, maybe they're not overreacting. Maybe they have reasons to react this way to PewDiePie.
Yeah, maybe there's already a precedent through his actions of being insensitive to these issues. And by only fucking furthering these kinds of people like ER, by doing that, he's only going to increase that suspicion by the media and that negative attention. I mean, I don't know. He, in my opinion, hasn't really done a lot to support the opposing narrative besides denying the allegations that, like, he is a racist or making jokes about it. So, I don't know.
He jokes about it a lot.
He jokes about it a lot.
One time
we watched his videos for a good little while, and he was constantly joking about, like, how, oh, it's not a big deal.
So,
I just made some jokes.
When you apologize and then you go and joke about it and be like, oh yeah.
Right. I mean, how sincere should I believe you are? I mean, who the fuck are we to say though? We're nobody on YouTube. It doesn't matter what the fuck we think. No one's gonna watch this video. But, you know, the objective truth of the matter is, a big part of that is how marketable PewDiePie is, how easy it is for a little kid to trust him, and, you know, maybe that's not such a good thing when he promotes people like this. This is a segment of our podcast that we're doing. This is the first episode of our Higher Level Gaming podcast. We're just going to call it the Higher Level Podcast. And we might be uploading it in the future someday to Patreon. We're going to have these full-form podcast videos. And if you guys want to see them, maybe, you know, leave a comment down below saying, yeah, I'd love to see the full video. But until then, we're just going to be doing segments. So this is going to be segment 1 of our podcast or discussion series. So yeah, we titled the video PewDiePie Did Nothing Wrong, but actually he's done quite a bit wrong. Sorry, fanboys and little white kids.
Dislikes.
Sorry, fanboys and little white kids and little ethnic kids who are, you know, also watching PewDiePie and are starting to hate yourselves because of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to Higher Level Gaming, not subscribe to PewDiePie. Have a good one.